Hello, friend, and welcome back to my part 2 video of the Microsoft Deployment or MDT uh, Toolkit or Microsoft Deployment Toolkits create and manage and deploy an image. This is a part 2. I already done part 1, but I apologize. I have some other videos to add in a way. And I have to create a Hyper-V and set up a Hyper-V for you guys. That was also a very good beneficial video, so I believe you guys liked it. But currently I'm going to do the part 2 of the deployment and final of deploying an image um, after creating everything in here. So stay tuned, please. We're going to go through the process. Again, this is my channel, Alpha Sky Tech, and that's what I put all my videos in there. I hope you guys can like the channel and also subscribe. I'm very grateful for your support and comments, and always, as I promise, I'm up to date of responding back and to your queries and also to your questions. So stay put, stay put, folks, for the rest of the class. Again, this is will be part 2 and final part of the MDT, the create, manage, and deploy images using Microsoft Deployment Toolkit, and I'll show you that in a minute. So, few folks follow along, the creation of the deployment workbench and all that on the part 1. This is going to be a continuation, as I mentioned, part 2. So I'm going to go ahead and right click here. And after, you get the deployment share from your search area, and it's under Microsoft Deployment Toolkit, and that's where is it located. And you pull that. And now, of course, you need to update the deployment share. And that's where we are going to do that. So it's going to be a process. Uh, the image accordingly. I do have some other tweaks or set up other rules in here, but I want you to look at one way and how to fix things in the other way, which is going to be very helpful, especially if you're in a production environment and management of an image. This is going to help you a lot down the road, folks. So this is what I'm going to be demonstrating, and it's going to go to the point, and then I'll go and tweak and repair and do a lot of things, so you'll be having more beneficial intakes in here, which are going to help you down the road through your job or through your functions in there. So folks, after I click the update deployment share, so I'm gonna go ahead and completely regenerate the boot image in here. We're gonna click on next, and gonna go ahead and click on next again. And now the great things about this is going to create us a boot image that will be needed when we get into the Windows deployment services. Okay, and what I'm doing here, I'm just pausing because the process takes time going back and forth. But we will have a boot image which is going to essentially have the Windows PE built into it, which is what will be used for managing the deployment here. So as you can see, it's going through the process. I'm mounting the WEM also. That's an important portion or part of this. And of course, it will also include the task sequences and all that stuff. So that's what's going on right here. I'm still waiting to this process to finish. Is a large process, as you guys know, and there you go. It's creating the ISO for you, and it's already the process completed successfully. Now, uh, for us, for me, I can always use a script, as you can see here, and do the same process as you know you guys see here with the script, which is very practical. And other than that, the process finished. I'm going to go ahead and simply click on finish here. And for this area has been this we're done with the deployment tool with the deployment workbench in here. And so, folks, the next part is going to be going to the server manager. And as you know, this is where the fun begin. And we're going to go to Windows Deployment Services. That's the second part of all this. And of course, going to the server, which our server is right here, and to boot image, which is there is nothing, and it will be something soon. And then we're going to go ahead and add a boot image in here. So as always, for the locations, we can look up and every every admin has a preference to put a location. Um, so basically, for me, it's gonna go click on browse and gonna go to the deployment share area. Okay, just look up here. Okay, folks. So we're gonna click on browse, and by default it goes to Windows, but we're gonna go to deployment share and then boot, and we should see the light touch PE uh, underscore x serial WIM is created for us. That's what we need to select, folks. And as you know, by default, it was going to folks to Windows, but you're gonna go ahead and definitely direct it to the deployment share, as I mentioned, and then to boot. And then this is the image was created for us, and then we're gonna put it here, and we click on next, and by default, it's gonna come up to LTWPE light touch. That's where we need. And folks, there is I want to stress this. There is a lot of questions about this part in the exam, the MD 102, the administrations for Microsoft. There's several questions about this part, and these are the area of I'm gonna probably still recall some of these questions and how is that phrased. So I might add it to that part within my channel. So it's going to be the Alpha Sky Tech. Um, so it's going to be helping you out more and more in this process. So basically that. So now the image, the metadata, that's what it's going to be. As you can see, it's selected, and we have it here ready to the next stage. So we're gonna go ahead to next, and here is verifying the name, and then we're gonna go next. Now, basically, it's going to go ahead now and import that image to into our Windows deployment services, which of course, in the end, is going to allow us to for deploying an image here. So So the process is finished, folks, and I'm gonna go ahead and click on finish here. And as you can see, the LT touch image is right here. And basically, what we could do here, and as you can see, it's ready. What we can do here, there's a we can just basically get to the Hyper-V and go ahead, and we're gonna go ahead and just boot into it. Matter of fact, so by creating a new virtual machine, and that's where the image is gonna be there for us and ready, folks. And as you can see, the server is running, and that's what I was performing. And the Windows 11 clients, I shut it down, folks, because I want to save on the memory. And also, probably when I'm gonna create the light touch image right now, I might utilize less disk space. Hopefully, the one is not gonna error out for me because it was my fault to give full 127 by default gigabytes of storage space for both these, which is was irrelevant, honestly. For testing and labs, you guys don't need to do that. Probably 60 on each. 60 gigs will be more sufficient. But I left it as default, which that's what's consumed the entire things from my entire original computer that I'm performing this class on it actually. So yep. So basically, we're gonna go ahead, click here, and then we're gonna click on virtual machine, and it's gonna come up to the virtual machine wizard creations, and we're gonna click on next. So we're gonna basically try to give it names for the light touch, the one we just created. So we're gonna input or import, and we'll give it some names different from, of course, from the other virtual machines, and it's close to this lab, so it's gonna be when let's say 11 dash Loy uh, demo, and this is um, uh, 11. This is more like it. It's a good name that it's going to be uh, acceptable here. Next, so here's the catch for generation one and generation two. Usually, always, and that's what's recommended. If you guys read through this and it tells you virtual machine on generation 2 provides supports for a newer virtualizations feature, has UFI based and firmware, and requires support 64 bits gas operating. Now, sometimes it's going to come up with the error, guys. You may get up an error. I mean, through my experience and demonstration, I did get that, and while I'm working on Gen 2, so I went back and I deleted the virtual machine that I created in the Hyper-V, and then redid everything and selected generation 1. So this is, I'm giving you just a head start, a warning, just in case you get that error when you're selecting, or during the process, actually. If you're gonna see an error while you selected generation 2, at the end, when this machine start imaging, or when you're gonna start it, when you see an error, so you're gonna go ahead, shut down the machine, and then you go delete it, and then you create the process. And when you get to this part, you're gonna create uh, generation 1. But for now, I'll create generation 2, and we're gonna go to next. And for RAM, I'll go ahead, give it only 3 gig of RAM, and we turn off the dynamics, so it'll be dedicated for that only. And next, and we'll have it connected to my external internet switch. Remember when I created the external switch, you guys folks, on the first part of this, and also on the Hyper-V classes when I have it. This is very important to have all the machines communicating each other's actually within the networks in here. And go ahead on. go to next. So here, folks, I would go ahead and basically um, change that pretty much probably to 30 gig. Let's do 30 gigs only instead of 127 because it's going to consume the entire things for me, and I don't have much actually to. Let's go ahead and then do a 40 just to be on the safe side in here. And also for the location, folks, I have a dedicated location on C drive. It's here, that's what I have it. So and that's what I selected. That's what I selected in here. And again, for size, I'll leave it as 40, which is gonna give me some space on the hard drive, which I don't have much left. And we're gonna go install operating system later, of course. And I don't need to install it now. Next, and go ahead and we're gonna go through the finishing process. And as you can see, the demo machine it's right here, folks, and it's selected. And basically, the machine is here, and we can go ahead and try to start it. And also, we're gonna try to connect. As you can see, folks, it started and it started doing that, and it did ask me to enter because this is started as Pixie, as you can see, and it did come up to the booting process for Pixie, and as you can see, come up to Microsoft Deployment Toolkits. So sometimes come up to these error messages, which is it's fine. See, there you go. So folks, this is the error I'm telling you. You may get when you start um, generation generation 2, and the script did not go through, unfortunately. Um, what are we gonna do here? Gonna click OK, close it, and we can turn off and need this name, copy, and we're gonna go ahead and delete that, as you can see. And we're gonna go to new virtual machines. And folks, I show you this process, and I told you what may happen. And so we're gonna select Gen 1 now, and that's what I think is gonna resolve this problem. And there isn't much of a problem here of selecting. This is a lab base, and there is some corners needs to be cut. But selecting Gen 1 also it may help you with this error. So I'm gonna go ahead with that. And for memory, as you remember, I put okay. I'm gonna give it 3 gig of RAM, and we don't need to use dynamics. Next, I'm gonna select the external switch. Next, and again, I'm gonna give it a 40 gig only. And the location of this, I needed to have it on the my VMs. This is the location I want it to be, and I go click on next, install operating system later, and go ahead and finish. Okay, encounter error hard disk. All right, so probably we do have the previous uh, cancel this. So folks, the reason of that error come up did not even allow me on the Gen 2 because I still did have the remnants of the the deployments stored on my hard drive in here where I selected, as you know, the location of the VM. So I'm gonna go ahead and redo that again, which is fine, and I'm gonna give it the name that I I need to have it, and then again, remember we're gonna have it on Gen 2, Gen 1. I'm sorry, right now. Next, I'm gonna give it to 3 gig of RAM, and I'm gonna utilize all of it. So I'm gonna go ahead, click on next, select the external switch. Gonna give it gonna have it goes to the VM's location. That's where the other remnants was there already, and I'm gonna give it a 40 gigs of RAM, and then we're gonna go ahead and click on next, install it later, and it's finished. And the machine has been created successfully, folks. Let's go ahead and first start the machines. And the next things we're gonna try to connect to it. Okay, and it's asking me press key. Okay, this is could be go ahead and this is the things we need to troubleshoot, folks, in here, and see why it's not giving us the abilities of doing the running it again. So can redo that again, which is fine, and selecting, we go ahead and delete it. And of course, I'm going to delete it from the locations where is it created originally. So friend, even if I basically went and tried second times, it came up with the same error messages. So now is the time you have to dig deeper into the issues and try to do a, repair and see if it's gonna come up to when you're gonna come up to solutions basically, and you know what I can do. I'm gonna go ahead and edit the rules on the deployment. You see, that's the message came up. So there is a lot of possibilities. I will try go ahead and do the rules and change a lot of aspects, the bootstrap and all that, and hopefully um, we're gonna try to kick it again, and then from beginning, and hopefully it will work. Let me turn it off for now, probably, and go ahead and delete that, and delete it from all the um, all the places and here, and of course delete it from the where the location of the file is saved. You can delete that because it's going to give you a different error message. You're going to be more confused in here, but you can delete it from there. I'm going to show you what I'm planning to do on modifications of all this. It probably will help you down the road, folks. So, friends, I'm gonna go back to the deployment workbench and my to the area of well, right click on the properties and rules, and I'm gonna try to modify some stuff here, basically. And that's what I think there's a problem. Could be it might be helpful down the road. And first things first, and I did edit uh, the first thing we need to do, edit the bootstrap in here. So I did prepare, uh, and that's what I think maybe this causing this issues down the road. I just want to make sure all the names and everything is correct in here, and we're gonna redo it from scratch, and hopefully it will and update the light touch deployment share in here. So basically, first things first is the editing the bootstrap. So I have prepared the see here. Let me close this here, and as you can see, I have almost two scripts in here, and that's what we need to. This is the one of them, updating the bootstraps. Let me close it, and we go back. Okay, yeah, I don't need the Windows deployment services for now, but you do need um, we go. So we're gonna go here to the properties of deployment work, and then edit the bootstraps INI. So I will change this to this part in here, as you can see, and I'm gonna add the password, folks, that I use to log into the server. So, folks, that's what I have for the bootstrap that I show you, and I'm gonna put the password and save that, and I'm gonna pause and put the password and go back, and then we'll do uh, the entire rules. Basically, this is the bootstrap. Matter of fact, INI. Yeah. Okay, folks. After I show you, I did the bootstrap INI and I put the password. Now we're gonna go to the main rules, and the main rules is supposedly looks like this, and that's what I have. That's what I have prepared in here, basically. So I'm gonna go ahead and change that to to this, and do apply and OK. So now the rules has been changed. And also one more thing's important, folks. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and explain you every single rules on this, and also explain you the bootstrap, what I did in here in a few minutes, so that you'll have an idea what I'm doing here actually. So just stay, folks, and just stay put in this. So, folks, as you know, um, updating the rules here when I clicked on basically when I clicked on edit bootstrap, and I put this scripts in there, and that's where you have designate the locations, and it was there, and the user ID is going to be administrator. as you can see here, and user domain, which is Alpha Skytech. It's my website, my domain, and then I'll put the passwords in there also. And keyboard locale PE, this is the codes you're gonna put, and then skip the welcome screen, and then it's gonna be yes. So this is could be a resolutions for what we have, folks, in there. That's what I did, edit the bootstrap, and this is an example. I saved it on a notepad, of course, but in the mean one, I did when I went and basically updated, as you can see here, the bootstrap. The next things will be updating, folks, in here. You go on properties and on rules, is the main entry. So skip the welcome screen. I did say yes. Skip captures. Yes. Skip admin passwords. Yes. And skip product key. It's gonna be yes. Skip capture backups. Yes. But skip lockers. We don't. Um, I'm not gonna say. I'm gonna say no for that. Skip user data is yes. Skip time zones. Yes. Skip locale selections. Yes. And then this part in here, folks, that's what I need to create it on the Active Directory. So, folks, what I need to create on the server is the OU, actually, a container bin that needs this image, or the computer is going to go to in here, and that's what I don't have, and that's what I need to create it. In here, which is goes to the Active Directory, and then go to New, and then to Organizational Units, and it's going to be called Workstations. Click the OK, and as you can see, the OU officially is here, and it's going to tell the OU it's called Workstation. This is domain control upper sky, comma, I'm going to put um, dc.com, which, as you can see, does not like the .com itself in here. So, folks, this is what is the rules look like. There is on Microsoft uh, where you can copy um, these rules. And as you can see, these are commas, folks. It's not a dots. I know my keyboards the printouts look like a dot, but it's basically it's a comma. The reasons for the LDAP naming convention does not like that. It has to be comma between the domain names, rather the dot in here. So basically, what I've done here, I created the OU, the bin here on Active Directory, and that's what it's going to be. I'm going to go ahead and apply the after I added the Bootstrap INI, and also I added the main rules in here, and click OK for that, folks, in here. So, folks, after we did update the rules, we need to do the update the deployment share, completely regenerated, matter of fact, because we did everything. As you can see, the rules are important, and we did the updates here, and needs to be regenerated again. So we're gonna click next, next, and it's going to go for the process of regenerating those rules again. And here, I'm going to be pausing on and on this for you guys until it's going to be completed. Okay, folks, the process of updating deployment shares wizards is finished. As you can see now, we're going to minimize that. We need to update also for sure. That's the most important part of all is the Windows deployment services. I'm gonna go to server, and then boot image, and then this is what we need to do, replace basically this image with what we have in here. Um, uh, of course, as you can see, this was already replaced in the deployment share under boot, and that's the basically that's the latest one right here. Um, that's that's what we have. So that's what we're gonna looking for to have it replaced with the light touch PE 64-bit, and that's where we're gonna um, look for basically after it's been after it's been replaced with after it's been updated basically here. So you're gonna go to tools as I mentioned to you, and we're gonna go to Windows Deployment Services and to the server location. The server, the boot image is right here, and we're gonna replace the image. We're gonna go ahead and browse, and automatically it does this did go where it needs to be done. And next, and it does detect it. And remember this from the previous process. As you can see, we're gonna go to next, next, and now we're gonna wait for the replacement to take place, and might go ahead and pause back and forth. Hopefully it's gonna go very smooth and quick, and I did. Matter of fact, it's just the replacements. We're gonna click on finished. Officially, it's right here, and it's online, folks. So, folks, after I've done that, I'm gonna go ahead and create a new virtual machine. Hopefully, this time it will go and create that for you. Go ahead, click on next. And I was gonna check again, make sure all the deployment previous ones with the error message was deleted. And I just checked, it did actually. So I'm gonna go with generation 2 again. I'm gonna give it uh 4096. Utilize all. Next. External switch. Next. And I'm gonna look up on the C drives where the files for all the VMs will be stored. I'll give it about 40 gig of RAM in here. I'm gonna go to next and install the operating systems. You have the option as you know here later, and then it's finished. And basically it did uh, um, go through uh, uh, according to the process, as you can see. So, friend, it's sad and shameful to say after further digging in on finding what's the problem here, and I found out from um a lot of people it's not my fault, and I did everything accordingly. And I'm an admin for past 15 years. I know what I'm doing, what I'm exactly. But uh, after reading through, let me close this. Explain you better. And turn off the VM. Look at that. I have an error. Same thing as is listed in Microsoft. Uh, and it appear. Look what it says here. For PE add-on, the most recent one that Microsoft is providing is a faulty one. That's a shame. That's very shameful, and hopefully Microsoft will realize that. And this is basically listed on their own, as you can see, their own website. So as of today, January 9, 2024, have not updated, and this information goes back to October uh, 23, 24, 2023. So I hope I have to redo some stuff here and get you back on running and get this issue resolved. And I have to download the different PE. Hopefully, it will help this process. So stay tuned, please. So, friends, after looking from Microsoft, there's a lot of solutions here. As you can see, this is one of the major problems of running of the ADK, and this has been like an ongoing. So one of the folks here says you have to uninstall. Probably that's what I should have done instead of installing the newest, the latest and greatest, rather going with the old ADK. So um, probably that's the route I might take. And hopefully I need to, again, I have to do an update for everything, matter of fact, in here. And, you know, I might walk you through that, but this is a lengthy process because, as you know, I already uh, established pretty much uh, everything on my server. Probably I have to go and delete the old one, uh, and add the new one probably, and reinstate everything from scratch. So stay put, friends. Probably I might do another video continuation. Probably is going to be a part 3 of this process. As you know, this is like it was not noted in there. It's just something pops up. It looked like a lot of people having problem with this, and there's several solutions, but I need the quickest. That's when you're in a production area, and then when there's a lot of in demand, you need to run the production environments. You have to go with whichever is easier for now and make productions move smoothly. So right now, I might go ahead and uninstall the version that I did previously and install the oldest one, and we'll see how it's gonna progress. So stay tuned, friends. So, friend, after reading the notes here from what I have, basically the last note from this person says, Mohammed Fawzi says, you don't have to do anything else except removing, because it says the Windows PE add-on, it's faulty, and you can keep the ADK, but they have to replace that. So that's what I'm doing actually right now. I removed the Windows PE pretty much, and now I'm redoing that everything from scratch. The Windows PE. I'm leaving the Windows ADK, actually the one we installed previously. So folks, stay tuned. Hopefully this is gonna kick in, and again, if doesn't work, I'm gonna make a third part 3 of this, because this is something that's ongoing with Microsoft. I know it's been like from September or October of last year, 2023. I thought this is will be resolved by now, but unfortunately it's not. So hopefully it will work. We'll see how it's gonna progress in here.